All right, so the market's been moving up and down like a toilet seat, but did Donald Trump actually save us when he said it is a good time to buy? Rob Reed said there's some really good news out there with today's little pump. This was yesterday at the time of recording, and he said it would be a good time to see one of your great videos. Well, I was kind of busy, so I got the video out as soon as I could. But he goes on to say, out of curiosity, what is the talk of the town? When is the bear market really supposed to start? 2026? Well, like I said in my last video, I think that the bear market may have already started, unfortunately. But if the bull market is going to continue, then I think it's going to probably go until about October of this year, not 2026. Right now, it looks like we are in a downtrend, and as they say, the trend is your friend until it ends. It doesn't seem to be very friendly right now, but we are definitely in a downtrend with this downtrending resistance line right above us, and we got rejected off of it, even though Donald Trump did say it was a good time to buy at just about $82,000. If you look at the daily chart here, though, you can see that it does look like we might have a bullish divergence forming here on the RSI, with it having a little bit of a higher low right here and the price making a lower low. But lower lows on the price does mean that a downtrend is usually going to continue. And until we can break above this trend line, I think unfortunately, it's probably going to continue to the downside. Obviously, I mean, that's how trend lines work. But if we break above it, we're still not out of the woods until we get at least above this 200-day moving average, which is currently sitting at $87,000. And the word on the street is that it's probably going to continue till 2026. But the word on the street is not the word that you want to follow. You may have heard this story in the past. In 1929, at the height of the economic boom in America, of the Roaring Twenties, Joseph Kennedy Sr., the father of JFK, was working as a stockbroker on Wall Street. As the story goes, Joseph was walking around when he decided to sit down for a shoe shine. While polishing his shoes, the younger worker gave Joseph some of his favorite stock picks. When Joseph heard the shoe shine boy giving out stock tips, he figured the party was about to end. That was his sign to get out of the market, and he proceeded to exit his positions in the market and bought short positions that bet on the market going down. Shortly after that, the stock market entered a free fall. On Monday, October 28th of 1929, the market dropped about 13%, and the next day it fell another 12%. The moral of the story is that once everybody on the street is talking about stocks or crypto or whatever it is, it's probably a good time to sell. And the people on the street are not necessarily the people that know what's going on. That could include me, of course. I mean, I'm going to be on the street here pretty soon. Not really. But one thing's for sure, if it keeps going down like this, I'm not buying a Lambo anytime soon. Right now, Bitcoin is sitting at about $80,000, and we have already gotten rejected off of this area in the past. Plus, it has a lot of resistance above us, with a level being at about $80,000, which was previous support here a couple of times. So if this bullish divergence doesn't send us breaking above this trend line, then unfortunately, like I said, it might be the bear market. Donald Trump has paused the tariffs on the rest of the world, but he continues to raise the tariffs on China, with it now totaling about 145%. So it looks like he might just continue raising it like 25% every day. And in my opinion, it's about damn time, because China has been stealing our technology for a long time now. And if we don't do something soon, then they're probably going to overtake us as the biggest economy in the world. Honestly, I wouldn't care if he raised it up to 1776%, but this might take a little bit more time than everybody's expecting, and I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump does continue to put tariffs on and take them back off of countries through maybe even the end of his presidency. Elon Musk has said, and so many others have also mentioned, that we probably have to endure a little bit of temporary hardships, but I don't really mind as long as it can actually make America great again. The thing is, though, it's probably going to take a little bit longer than a lot of people are expecting, because you can't just undo a bunch of bad decisions that have taken decades to make in just a week or two. For this reason, I wouldn't be surprised if the market does continue down or sideways for quite a while. But if Donald Trump does pull this whole thing off, then it's going to be a really great buying opportunity, because we could be seeing that golden age, not only for America, but for cryptocurrency as well. There's a lot of really great people that have been put into Donald Trump's cabinet and that he's appointed to other positions. that are pro cryptocurrency and can get a lot of really great stuff done. But again, those are also going to take some time, and we just have to be patient. But let's go see how China is reacting to all of these tariffs. According to this post by Kira, Chinese people are creating AI generated videos mocking Americans because of the tariffs war. I guess they think that we're going to all be in sweatshops making Nikes that are made out of hamburgers, and they don't want us to be in sweatshops. They want themselves to just continue working in sweatshops, I guess. I don't really get what they're trying to make fun of, but it seems to me like they're just clowning themselves. Here's a video that a worker in a Chinese factory released, and it looks like they've all been laid off, basically. Apparently, they've been told to go on a holiday, but the holiday, who knows when it's going to end. It says Chinese factories have released notices to their employees saying that they're shutting down for a holiday, but when are they going to get any compensation? Well, I'm going to say that it's probably going to continue until the tariffs are over, and it's probably just going to get worse for them over there. In America, it seems like the biggest consequences are just that some items on Amazon are going up, but honestly, you should probably buy American-made products anyway because they're not just knockoffs that have been stolen from the IP of somebody who actually worked hard over here to make a product and then just had their business overshadowed by somebody who stole the information and then just started selling a clone of that made by some like 10-year-old in a factory over in China. Donald Trump has been really consistent with his messaging for like 20 years or more. Here's him back on Oprah, probably in the 90s.
Last year, criticizing U.S. foreign policy. What would you do differently, Donald?
I'd make our allies, forgetting about the enemies you can't talk to so easily, I'd make our allies pay their fair share. We're a debtor nation. Something's going to happen over the next number of years with this country because you can't keep going on losing $200 billion, and yet we let Japan come in and dump everything right into our markets and everything. It's not free trade. If you ever go to Japan right now and try to sell something, forget about it, Oprah. Just forget about it. It's almost impossible. They don't have laws against it. They come over here, they sell their cars, their VCRs, they knock the hell out of our companies. And hey, I have tremendous respect for the Japanese people.
There's been a really big problem for decades with other countries charging us tariffs and us just letting them steal all of our workers and our companies. This can't continue to happen, or else America won't be the leader of global trade, and we won't continue to be the greatest country in the world for long. And honestly, I don't mind a little bit of hardship in the meantime if it can actually spare us from enduring longer hardship in the future. And like I said, if Bitcoin did break down below its previous low from last month at about $76,000 and then close a candle there, then I was probably going to be taking some profits. And I did. I sold a bunch of my altcoins and I didn't sell any Bitcoin, but I just got some dry powder ready so that I can scoop up some more bags if we do head lower. If it happens to break above here and we continue to accelerate above this downtrending resistance line, then I'm just going to take the opportunity to buy some projects that I missed out on earlier in the bull market, because honestly, I had a bunch of altcoins that were probably trash anyway. This is just an opportunity to either buy lower or to do a little bit of research and get into some better holdings. And I don't want Chinese workers to lose their jobs, so I do hope that Xi Jinping goes ahead and makes a deal with Donald Trump here pretty soon. But if Chinese workers continue to lose their jobs and they can't actually pay their bills, then I don't know if Xi Jinping is even going to be president for that much longer. And whoever replaces him, I'm sure will be eager to make a deal with Donald Trump. And either way, it just seems to me like this is going to make America great again. Or at least it's going to kick the can down the road a little bit until we actually do go broke because of all of the debt that we have. Here's some workers in Vietnam talking about how they thought the tariffs were going to affect them before Donald Trump actually paused them. And this was just over like 45% tariffs, so just imagine how China is feeling with 125 or 45% tariffs or whatever it is.
Nước Mỹ họ đánh thuế Việt Nam với mức 46% thì
The company will be impacted greatly, and the workers in particular will be affected too.
nói riêng như là người lao động Việt Nam sẽ cũng chịu ảnh hưởng. Thứ nhất là về
Business growth may slow down, and job opportunities will be narrowed.
lao động sẽ cơ hội việc làm người lao động sẽ ít đi.
America is the biggest consumer in the world, and if we're not buying things from these other countries, then how the heck are they supposed to keep people employed? 46%.
Mỹ đánh thuế thì với Việt Nam mình là 46% thì
The fact that the US imposed tariffs on Vietnam will definitely cause difficulties and may hurt the company's competitiveness.
Ảnh hưởng đến khả năng cạnh tranh của công ty rồi.
Lo lắng là công ty sẽ
I'm afraid they may cut everything. Salary potential is lower, and I will not meet my daily needs given that prices are rising.
That's got to be scary. And I'm sure they're feeling really good now that those tariffs got paused. So probably China will be seeing all of this going on around the world. And with them being the only ones being tariffed right now, I'm sure they're feeling a little bit of FOMO. So hopefully Xi Jinping is going to make a deal pretty soon, but I guess time is only going to tell. Japan sure is loving this though. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are the tariffs going to be coming to an end soon and the market is going to accelerate back to the upside? Or do you think that they're just going to continue getting worse and the market's going to continue crashing? If it's the latter, then to make you feel better, here's a little bit of a video of a Bisou playing around. Good boy. You want a treat? You want this? Give me paw. Good boy. Good boy. You already know what I'm going to say. Lay down. Roll over. Good boy. That's goofy. Okay. Good boy. Good boy. I hope that made you feel better. So hit that like and subscribe button if I brought you value. But most importantly, don't forget to do only good every day. And I'll see you next time. Bye.